Fancy seeing you here. Welcome back to Regen Rovers. It's episode 144. Today we're going to be taking on Arsenal in the Premier League, and we're going to be playing our last Europa League group match against Red Star at home. We've already won the group. We've already qualified for the knockout stages. It's a phenomenal achievement, and we've managed to do it so far without conceding a single goal in this competition, and we've scored 11. We've been brilliant. We really have. So since you last left me then, it's been up and down. There's been some tough games in there. There's been a couple defeats. But on the whole, we've continued to play very well. We beat Preston 2-1 away from home. Our number one strike partnership with the goals. Navarrete with the first one from a Mark Ball header. What a strike. Brilliant power on that from Navarrete. Preston equalised, but Mark Ball got us the winner. Now, I've had a few people saying, oh, you should stop playing Mark Ball, phasing him out, bring someone else in. But he keeps scoring goals. I can't drop him. He's just on fire once again this year. What a player. What a legend. I say it every episode, but he deserves it. 1-1 draw against West Brom, thanks to a 91st minute equaliser from Christian. We didn't play very well in this game, but we still managed to get a point, and that's okay. I think with Europe, we're not going to win every single Premier League game with all these European matches. That's a nice volley from Christian there at the near post. A comfortable 2-0 win against Valencia. We went over to Spain, from Luton Airport to Valencia Airport this time, and we won 2-0. Navarrete scored again, but Tusakovic had an absolute blinder in this game. Goal and assist, man of the match performance. It's strange because his first year back in England, he did not play well last year, did he? He might have got a couple of assists, I can't remember, but I mean, he got the assist for that, but really, it shouldn't really be an assist, should it? Because the goalkeeper completely flopped. He spilled it. But Tusakovic did get the winning goal. And yeah, I'm pleased that he has finally found his feet back at Regen Rovers, because I was fearful that maybe it was a bit of a flop signing. He was a flop signing last year, but he seems to have been... His roles have reversed with Nunez, because last year Nunez was great, and this year he's not been so great. Although he has scored recently, which I'm pleased, very pleased for him. 2-0 defeat against Liverpool, expected loss I suppose. We did alright against them last year. They had a disappointing season, but they were just a little bit too strong for us, but a little bit unfortunate I think. Really good 4-1 win against Watford though. Rios scored against his old club from a corner. Kuz crossed it in, and nice powerful header from Rios. Navarrete scored again. He really is having a good first season with the club. Mark Ball found him with a delightful pass. Navarrete still had a lot to do though, and it was a stonking finish. I think he's level with Mark Ball now on goals. I think they've both got 11 each. I'll have to check. Flanagan then puts us 3-1 up with a lovely strike with his left foot. Keeper probably should have done a little bit better with that one. But then Christian scored again in injury time. He likes an injury time goal, and this was a lovely finish. Left foot right into the bottom left hand corner. 0-0 draw against Star Belgrade. This is the first time we haven't managed to win a game in Europe, but as you can see, I put out a second string team and we still managed to hold them away from home, so that's not bad at all. Then two pretty crazy games to round things off. A 4-3 win against Crystal Palace. Navarrete opened the scoring. As you can see, end-to-end football, lots of shots and lots of goals. Rios scored again. Tarasenko's picking up assists from corners. Well, he's being fairly quiet, our new Ukrainian central midfield. He's not been as good as Dave Barnes, that's for sure. But he's still picking up assists thanks to his set-piece ability. Mark Ball managed to sneak a goal there. This goal put us 4-2 up. They did get another goal back. But overall, a very pleasing win away from home. And that's a fantastic tackle by Rios, which started this attack. Clark ran at the defence, played it back to Kevin Ramirez. Now you'll notice Ramirez, Flanagan being a bit involved here. Unfortunately, Van den Broek has picked up a month-long injury for the Christmas period as well, which is a bit of a shame. But also Flanagan has picked up an injury in this game, so Ramirez is going to have to feature. A little bit of an injury crisis in central midfield. I made a bit of a mistake against Huddersfield. I thought I'd rest players ahead of the Arsenal game because we had 3 matches within a week. The Huddersfield game was the middle game, and we fell apart. We did actually take the lead, but Huddersfield turned this game around. It was a nice goal from Nunez. That was the goal I was talking about earlier. And Duranja put us 2-1 up with his first Premier League goal, I think. But unfortunately, they turned it around and won 3-2. So I was. It's not like I was underestimating Huddersfield. I just thought some of my second string players would be strong enough to beat Huddersfield ahead of this Arsenal game, but unfortunately not. So yeah, Navarrete and Mark Ball, both 11 goals this season. They've played this. No, actually, yeah, they've both played 20 games, but Navarrete started more than Ball. So Mark Ball, he's holding his own against this very quality Spaniard. He's obviously everything is going down. I need to figure out what's going on there. Mark Ball's actually gone down to 2-star current ability according to my assistant. He's been 2.5-star for a long time, and now he's gone down to 2. It might be because he's just turned 31 and the assistant just thought he's a bit of an OAP now. I don't know, he should get the Zimmer frame out, but no, we love Mark Ball. He's going to continue to play, and this is the team I'm going with. As you can see, Ramirez in the deep line playmaker role. Tarasenko's moved to box midfielder because Van den Broek and Flanagan both out injured. So this Arsenal team then, let's have a quick look at them. They've got a Portuguese international up front who looks incredibly dangerous. A German international on the right hand side. Arsenal are a good team on here. They've got a real life Spanish player, Murillo. He's never been capped for Spain, but he's obviously good enough for Arsenal. And I remember this chap, Brian Issa. Yeah, he's really good. Argentinian. I think he's won the World Player of the Year award on this save. Overall, just a quality team. Against my bunch of brilliant players. We love them, but obviously quality-wise they're not as good as Arsenal, but don't tell them that. We're going with the away tactic. Sending my assistant to that. Let's go! Come on, let's pull off a shock. I've had a little bit of a topsy-turvy time in the Premier League lately, but we're going to be safe, that's for sure. It's just a question of can we finish top half, and we're actually in 7th place as it stands right now with this. If we can draw this game right now, we're up there. We are. It's pretty close though. It's pretty tight in the middle of the table between kind of 6th down to 10th. But, well, it's not that tight actually. We've had a really good season. The Huddersfield results probably... Oh no! Another midfield injury. What is going on? This is annoying. I'm going to leave him until half-time, Ramirez. I'm going to have to play Charlie in central midfield. Why is every player in the same position getting injured? I'm going to have to bring Perry Miles into the first team or recall Serenity. I think he's back in January anyway. I don't think I can recall him. So he'll be back by the time all my players are back from injury, which is a bit of a shame for him, really, because this is his chance to shine, but he's not in the team. This looks dangerous for Arsenal. I sense a goal. I can just sense one. My goal sensor's on. And, yeah, Arsenal are going to score. They cut in field. Oh, no, they didn't. I was wrong. I look really grey today, don't I? It's always a struggle trying to get the light right, because sometimes I just look really evil with the lighting, because, I don't know, it's really hard to get it correct. My chair's squeaky. I remember saying about a year ago this chair was squeaky, and I've still not got around to tightening it. It's quite a hard thing, to tightening it. It's quite hard to say. Well, 0-0 at half-time, it's not bad. Been unlucky so far? Maybe I should have said we've done alright. I'm happy with the defensive aspect of the team. Not so happy with the attacking aspect, but we've literally seen nothing. So I'm going to bring Ramirez off for Charlie. Tarasenko will go back there. Charlie will go there. Well, let's see what our St. Lucian international can do. He's got over 100 caps for St. Lucia. Pretty impressive, really, at the age of 31. Not bad. This is a boring motorbike. Really loud. It's a good save by the Arsenal goalkeeper there. Here's Navarrete back on the ball. Crossed in. That was our first attempt that we've really seen. Apparently we've had 2 shots on target. It was near. I hate loud motorbikes. I really do. Sorry if anyone of you rides loud motorbikes, but I do not like them. The noise pollution, it's not good for making videos. Here come Arsenal. 66 minutes on the clock. It's out wide. And Clark is falling over himself here. Mendoza crosses it in. That's not good. Who was that? Was that Rios? I don't know. He just allowed Joaquim Salguero to have the shot. What do I do? Injury crisis in central midfield. It's not good. Well, people keep telling me to do it. So oh no, actually, Navarrete's dead. We're going to bring on Duranja. Play him as a deep line forward. And we'll go to the attacking tactic and go attacking. Let's give that a go. Oh, a corner. We're dangerous from corners. It's over everyone and knocked away as far as Tisakovic into Will Loader. Oh, he's not been fouled. Here's Kuz. Oh, what? How is there not a foul in there? Get back, lads, get back. Here's Will Loader. Back on the... Where's he going? Nothing's... Oh, he's going to lose the ball. Pass the ball. He's finally passed it back to Smith. What was that all about? This is a weird highlight. Are we going to have an actual shot? Charlie heads it into Deranja. It's knocked long. Rios heads away. End-to-end football here, but it looks like it's going to be an opportunity. Oh, Charlie, great tackle. Oh, no. That's what always happens. Brilliant tackle. Falls to the striker perfectly. It's like a perfect through ball tackle. Really annoying. And they've won a corner, which is crossed in. Loader heads away to Sakovic after. He's just thumped it into Rosed. Oh, another free kick. Tarasenko to take. He's curled it. Oh, Rios! Oh, how's he not scored? He was onside as well. Clear-cut chance. What a save by the keeper, but still. We need to be sticking that away. It's just fallen to a centre-back instead of a striker, annoyingly. I'm bringing Alan Stewart on for Mark Ball. Let's knock it long. We know Alan Stewart can take it in the air. Oh no, free kick to Arsenal. It's all over. We're losing this one. 2 losses in a row in the Premier League. We've just not turned up today. We don't have the quality to beat Arsenal, unfortunately. We're still in the top 10, which is good. Shame we didn't score. I suppose statistically it wasn't awful for us. But we don't get any points. Let's have 3 Ask the Manager questions then. So the first one is from Nothing Here. Have you ever seen a rivalry develop in game? So I think it was a couple years ago now that Football Manager introduced the dynamic rivalries thing where teams could create or develop rivals throughout the game as you progress through the game. But to be honest, I haven't seen anything. I suppose if I went around and looked every single team, maybe I would notice a new rivalry. But from my saves, I've not seen anything. But I don't know how long you have to play, and I don't know how many times you have to play another team for it to become a rivalry, or if you have to face them in multiple FA Cup finals or something like that. But yeah, I've not seen anything. Nicholas Nediskov, what do you think about Tottenham? Yeah, well, you know, I'm a West Ham fan, so I'm not a Tottenham fan, obviously. However, having not grown up in London exactly, and sort of 30 minutes away, I suppose I wasn't part of that rivalry. I never really hated Spurs. I had friends who were Spurs fans at school, but there wasn't really that intense rivalry. And I suppose from Spurs' perspective, their main rival was Arsenal. From West Ham's perspective, their main rival in the Premier League is Spurs. I know Millwall's really the biggest rivals, but hardly ever take on Millwall. So I suppose Spurs is the big one, but I don't hate them. I'm a little bit jealous that they've done well, but they've still not won anything, have they? Really. It was the last time they won the League Cup a few years ago, but then again, West Ham haven't won anything since 1980, so I can't really talk. But I admire Pochettino. He's a great manager. I love some of the players that they have. They've got some quality players, and yeah, it's a little bit of a shame for Pochettino and the Spurs fans that they haven't managed to translate that to actually winning anything. But they've had a lot of success apart from winning stuff, I suppose. So in conclusion, I'm a West Ham fan, so I'm not meant to like Spurs. Adam the Star Wars nerd has asked, have you been following the cricket this summer? I have a bit, but not as much as usual. I do like cricket because my granddad got me into cricket as a young boy. He loved cricket and rugby. Those were his 2 sports. So I used to watch cricket and rugby with him and taught me the rules. And I played cricket with him on the beach and whenever really we could. But I haven't followed it as much this year. I was always an Alistair Cook fan. I absolutely love Alistair Cook. I just think he's an incredible sportsman and a great person as well. So when he retired from England duty, I was really sad because I loved just all the records he was breaking and scoring runs and just being such a solid cricketer, an unbelievable opener. So I've not really followed the England cricket team since then very much. But it's been a fascinating series so far, the Ashes, hasn't it? I presume you're talking about the Ashes. You know, you could be talking about county cricket or 2020. I don't know. You haven't been explicit there, but I presume you're talking about the Ashes. Anyway, we'll end it there. As always, if you do have a question to ask me, use the hashtag ATM in the comment section below. So for our last Europa League group stage match, we welcome Red Star from Serbia. to England, to Luton, to take us on. I've not actually made any changes, quite simply because there's not a huge amount of choice. We've got 3 players unregistered for this competition. Oh, I've just realised I was going to play Okoro. I've already played him once, but I think you deserve to see Okoro, don't you? We'll put Okoro... we're starting. We're going to start Okoro for this one instead of Adrian Smith. I've played Macaulay as well, I think once in this competition. So I have rotated. I rotated heavily for the last match against Star Belgrade. But other than that, the team's staying the same from the Arsenal defeat. And I think if Okoro deserves to take a penalty, doesn't he? If we get a penalty. Here we go then. Let's have a look at this Red Star team. They do have some decent players, but I would say maybe Championship quality or lower Premier League quality. But they've got quite a few Serbians, but they're not actually capped. So they're probably the best players in Serbia that haven't been... Oh, this chap's been capped, but not a huge number of caps. Yeah, they're sort of the best players in Serbia that aren't good enough to move elsewhere in Europe, I guess. But we can't underestimate them, he says, as he puts Okoro in goal. But Okoro's a legend. He's a great goalkeeper. He's just misunderstood. He was absolutely fantastic until we got to the Championship. I don't remember him making mistakes at all. It was the Championship that it made him a little bit uneasy, but he still made the most saves out of any goalkeeper in that first season. This is more about a defence probably, but he still made a hell of a lot of saves, and I think that's why he did make the odd mistake here and there, quite simply because there was so many shots raining down on him as Rios has just picked up an injury. We'll bring on Mark Gale for him, who deserves to have a bit more football really. He's a good player. Bit of a shame that Rios has got injured. Hopefully it's not too bad. I've gone attacking. Oh, this is disappointing. Nothing's happening. Navarretti's just given the ball away, and Mark Gale is charging after it. Always feels a bit strange playing 2 left-footed centre-backs, but what's the difference between playing 2 right-footed centre-backs and 2 left-footed centre-backs? As Tarasenko gets his first goal for the club. He's blasted it in from the edge of the box. I'm pleased for Volodymyr Tarasenko because, yeah, he's been waiting for that for a few months now, and he's finally got one. It's a dangerous cross from Kuz that caused problems, and Tarasenko just hits it. Keeper slightly out of position and was unable to get down quick enough. I'd like to keep the clean sheet record going, and at the moment we are. Corey's not had anything to do. Let's keep it up. He's not even playing under 23 football really, because Macaulay Simpson, our backup keeper, tends to play those matches, which is why Corey is not particularly match sharp. But he will play in the Hampshire Senior Cup. He's our Hampshire Senior Cup goalkeeper. He's won that competition numerous times now. Got some tired legs out there. I think I'll bring Charlery on. And we'll bring on Duranja. Well, this is a little bit disappointing. Oh, I've already made all my subs. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's a little bit disappointing. I was hoping for an exciting fixture, but I think... And considering if they win and Valencia slip up, then they'd actually qualify for the next round. So they're not really trying, are they? But maybe we're just too strong for them. Here's Kuz. And we're in our European flip-flops. We're already through to the knockout stage as champions of the group. Kuz knocks it over the top. Here's Mark Ball. He's found Duranja. Duranja takes it around the last defender. Good save by the keeper. And Tarasenko will take... I like the name Tarasenko. There's just something about it. I like the sound of it. It's whipped in. It's knocked away. It's a dangerous corner. He's got great corners. He always sticks it into a dangerous area in the box. Just under a minute to go. Are we going to hold on for a win and keep our clean sheet record going, or are we going to slip up in the last 40 seconds of our European group stage campaign? Here come Red Star. They look a bit like Stoke City, don't they? Here they come. 20 seconds to go. It's knocked out wide. It's crossed in. It's cleared by Regen Rovers. I'm nervous now. I really don't want to concede. It's crossed back to the back post. Kuz. Easy save for a call. That's the first thing we've seen him do. He's caught the ball. Comfortable. He's going to keep a clean sheet. A second clean sheet in Europe, because he's kept 2 clean sheets against Red Star. He's played both matches against them. We've managed to win 1-0. And we're through to the knockouts. We already knew that. We're through to the knockout stages of this competition. Be interesting to see who we face. I suppose there's the chance we might take on one of the Champions League teams dropping down. How long's Rios out injured? Oh, not very long. Plenty of money we've received from this. I mean, look at all that money. 3 lots in one go. This is the finances at the moment, £62 million in the bank. It's less than we had sort of this time last year. When was that? Around about here. But that's the transfer window, and obviously we're paying for the stadium now. I don't know if it all comes out at the end when it's built or if it's gradual. I'm not entirely sure on the procedures. Anyway, next few games, Man United. That's probably going to be a third Premier League defeat in a row, unfortunately. Baffin's Milton. Pretty random name. That's the Hampshire Senior Cup. We'll obviously put a very weak team in that one. Brighton, Wolves, Luton. We're playing away from home, but we're playing in the stadium we're very used to. Quite funny that, isn't it? Newcastle. There's some very winnable games after that Man United game. I might play through to the Europa League knockout stage, which is a long time. It's a month and a half, but probably makes sense, doesn't it? We shall see. Maybe I'll do a bumper special, maybe 3 or 4 matches to make up for the fact that there's a big gap. But we'll end it there. Thank you for watching episode 144 of Regen Rovers. Not the most exciting episode. You're spoiled, aren't you? You see some exciting football when you come to watch a Regen Rovers video, and when it's a bit flat, when it's a 2-0 defeat and a pretty boring 1-0 win, it just feels a bit like, well, flat. But there we go. Can't do anything about it. I've only got a certain amount of control, haven't I? But until next time, enjoy FM19. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you very soon.